Old man Woody likes the crooked cock.
Or proportioned biceps and chest to like the rest of them though.
No, we've been chit chatting about fitness and steroids and everything for a while. I would love to watch this clip of Trump being asked about if he's going to pardon the Tiger King. Get us onto some silly shit. You guys good with that?
Yes. Yeah. Always down for some Tiger King. I can't wait to see the new footage that comes out. Are we queued up at 0, everybody? Not yet.
1 second. I was just doing a thing.
I haven't watched this clip yet.
Also,
I have.
Shiz and Kyle suggested it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
all right.
If he pardons him, God, that'd be sick.
Yeah, give me a second.
Little
Derek, are you familiar with the Tiger King?
Yeah, I've been seeing it. Honestly, I haven't watched it, but I've seen everyone talking about it. So
Get on that shit, brother.
Yeah, I know.
Hilarious. All right, let's watch this.
Ready,
Yeah, I'm queued up.
set, play.
One of the biggest rating hits of the coronavirus, aside from these briefings, has been a show on Netflix.
This guy
called
can't help but
Tiger
smile.
King. And the man who's the star of this
Everyone's
is a former
smiling.
zoo owner who's serving a 22-year prison sentence. He's asking you for a pardon, saying he was unfairly convicted. Your son yesterday jokingly said that he was going to advocate for it, and I was wondering if you've seen the show and if you have any thoughts on pardoning Joe.
Which son? It must be Don. I had a feeling.
I had a
Is that what he
feeling.
said? I don't know. I know nothing about it. He has 22 years for what? What did he do?
He allegedly hired someone to murder an animal rights activist, but he said that he didn't do that, and he was.
Do you think he didn't do it? Are you on his side?
Well,
Are
I'm a reporter.
are
I
you
shouldn't take sides.
recommending a pardon?
No, I'm not.
As a reporter, you're not allowed to do that. You'd be criticized by these. Would you recommend a pardon?
I'm not weighing in on Tiger
I don't
King.
think you would. I don't think you would. Go ahead. You have a question? I'll take a look. Is that Joe Exotic? That's Joe Exotic.
Let me get back to the coronavirus if I can, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. He handled that so well.
Perfect.
Right?
Don't change a thing. Yeah, no, it was fun. I wish.
What do you think? What do you think? You think you did it? Are you advocating for? Yeah.
A lot of people would say it's not very professional to advocate for someone's pardon. You know, these guys are going to have your ass.
You know, that kind of shit. Like,
I wish one of the
Trump is
reporters was
hilarious.
like, I don't advocate for a pardon because it's funnier. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
I wish get me in there. PKA correspondent.
From RSK News here, we'd like to pose a question to you, sir, if we may.
That would
Yeah,
be so fucking funny.
The 80s were such a great time for those beefy fucking like if you were going to be an action star, you had to be, it seems like Steven Seagal has always kind of been the exception to that rule. Like he was always in shape, I suppose, and athletic looking, but he was like the fourth rate action star behind guys like Arnold, Stallone, even Jean-Claude Van Damme. And then just you see the supporting cast of those movies, the bad guys were often the same group of guys who were also like these big muscle head motherfuckers, just probably Arnold's buddies at Gold's Gym. Like he's like, would you like a bath in the movie? Yeah, you're jacked. Let's go. It just everybody was huge. I love that about those movies. I wish that would come back because I feel like now everybody's just sort of, I don't know, athletic-ish.
Yeah,
They're not
they were
Arnold
a lot
size.
more like liberal with steroid use in the movies back then. I think like they didn't talk about it, but I mean like they would sauce it up pretty hard, and it would be guys that were just like actual bodybuilders in their regular life that just got thrown into movies, even if they weren't like the actual most popular or I guess best actor for the job.
How does how does Stallone?
That's how the Mountain is. Like, the Mountain's not a bodybuilder. Thor Bjornsson or whatever.
Yeah,
but like he was a power lifter, and that's why they picked him for the Mountain. They're
Are
just
those
like, who's the biggest human on Earth?
he didn't have to
Doesn't
talk
need to
about.
be able to talk.
Yeah,
Perfect,
yeah.
that guy.
How do the action stars of the 80s compare to the Avengers of today? Like the Helmsworth,
Way bigger.
the Chris Evans, way bigger.
I haven't
Stallone?
even watched all those Avengers, but fucking Arnold and those guys in Predator would dwarf any
Stallone.
Yeah,
Dude, look at Stallone in Rocky 2. Stallone in Rocky 2 doesn't look like a human being anymore. He's
Really?
packed on so much muscle on that tiny little frame of his.
talk like one either.
I think Arnold might like drag up the average a bit though, because he was so much bigger than everybody else. So like when I'm thinking, oh, compare the 80s to now, I'm thinking Arnold shits on everyone. But it's like I feel like if you put like Hemsworth beside like Stallone or something in their peak, Stallone's way more lean, but some of
Yeah.
these guys in size are like not that far off. It's just Arnold and some of like the other bodybuilders that just blow everyone out of the water now.
Yeah, and like you always had to find a giant guy to play opposite Arnold, and a lot of, not always. And Terminator's a good example of they went completely opposite with Robert Patrick in Terminator 2, and with what's his name in Terminator 1. You know, those were just regular sized guys, maybe even undersized guys. But if you look at like the Conan the Barbarian movies, you always had some giant motherfucker opposite him.
Yeah.
Yeah, those pictures of Arnold and Conan are insane.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
he looks like an actual superhero.
he had to slim down for that because he couldn't do the sword work.
But
His
he looked
arms are
Really?
too big
He
to
was
swing
too
the
big
sword.
to like swing
Yeah.
a sword. That's hilarious.
But then you see what Wilt Chamberlain looked like, and he was ginormous too, right? Am I in the right movie?
Wilt
I
Chamberlain?
think Wilt was definitely in one
Is
of
it
them. It
somebody
may have been
different?
the second one. I know
he was
in
tall
that.
and lean though.
He was in Conan the Destroyer.
Yeah, it's the second one. Yeah. Yeah, he's got that fur hat. He's the princess's bodyguard, looking after that pussy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Here.
Is he dead?
I don't know.
I
Good
don't know.
question.
I don't know if Wilt Chamberlain's dead.
Yeah, there.
Oh, that's that picture. Yeah, I've seen this picture.
Yes, he
before.
is dead.
Yeah. But it,
Died 21 years ago.
Schwarzenegger doesn't look that big when he stands between Wilt Chamberlain and Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
And Wilt
Nobody looks
Chamberlain,
big
Neither
standing next
does
to
a
Andre.
Volkswagen.
but look at Wilt Chamberlain's bicep. Like, for a guy as tall as he is, it's still ginormous.
But look at like Wilt Chamberlain and Arnold are facing the camera square, so you can see like the full width of their bodies. Andre is just angled casually, and he's still wider than either of them. by
Andre
a
had to
huge
angle
margin.
casually so he could fit between those two trucks.
Yeah, you're right. He did. Yeah.
I love Andre the Giant. Oh, that's another question. Like the old WWF wrestlers, who was the biggest among them? Because Hulk Hogan was really big. Macho Man was really big. Ric
Wasn't
Flair
that guy
wasn't
he
big.
wore like a leotard that went over his shoulder called something the Giant, a big giant guy?
Well, Andre the Giant was.
No, not that guy. The other
Uh,
one.
Have you seen
Big
the
Show.
Ultimate Warrior?
The Big
That
Show.
guy looked pretty fucking good.
Ultimate
Yeah,
Warrior
the
was huge.
Ultimate
The
Warrior.
Iron Sheik was big.
The Ultimate Warrior,
The Iron Sheik is hilarious on Twitter.
he was the one I like because he was
Yeah.
like a physique competitor, kind of.
Yeah. So he was like, he's not tall as fuck, so he wasn't like just overall big, but his actual like development of everything was, I feel, the best of anyone, or at least the top of anyone.
Oh yeah, that's
time frame.
Ultimate,
excellent.
Jesus Christ, that guy's
Yeah.
a monster.
Yeah.
He's so big.
This particular one looks like a
He's-
toy or
That guy
something.
is huge.
Wow, look at his nipples. Like that guy has some telltale signs of gear.
He's got the biddy.
Mm.
You drink from that biddy, you'd get strong.
You get the runoff.
The guy, he's on so much Deanna Ball. There is definitely some runoff. You could lick his sweat and get jacked.
That's the origin of muscle milk.
He's so big. He's so big.
Yeah. If I was Hulk Hogan, I'm showing his picture now. I don't think I'd want to be in the ring with him. I think people would be like, Hulk, do you even work out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are you
And this
getting
guy
on
was probably like
tier-
6'5" or something.
This guy? Oh, yeah.
I don't know. These guys are all enormous.
See, this is a little. Well, this is pretty early. This is still Hogan's like yellow panty career, so it's not that early. I mean, it's not that late. He hasn't gone into Hollywood Hulk Hogan mode yet. And I see he is in the ring with a fellow wearing a mask, which is also WWF style. So
That's the Ultimate
hard to
Warrior. It's face paint. Is that what, are we looking
Yeah,
at the
it's
same
so-
thing?
Well, yeah, probably. I was looking at the first one. Isn't that a mask? Yeah, that's a mask that the first guy has. But I'm with you. I'm with you. It's yeah, they're both
the
very
second photo
big.
is definitely
The thing
face-
about Hogan though, look how much taller he is.
How tall is Hulk Hogan? Like 6'6", 6'7"?
I think he's 6'7" or 6'8".
What a monster. And he looks like a child next to Andre.
Yeah, yeah. Have you ever seen the WrestleMania where he slams Andre? He picks him up.
Yes.
I think you actually showed us that clip on the show before when we were talking
Yeah,
about it.
it's not all that impressive, but you got to keep in mind he's lifting a quarter ton.
Right? It's like he
When you
kind
put it
of
like that.
barely got it. like, you know, he didn't lift him up. He just sort of let him carry
he
through
was
with
like
the
a pendulum.
momentum. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was just like yeah.
He was
Fold
the
over me,
fulcrum
Andre.
over which the guy, yeah.
Yeah,
But
he played fulcrum.
but still, if it was me, the fulcrum would have just smashed to the ground and not done it.
Yeah, you'd been crushed underneath him.
Right.
And Andre probably would have been injured because by that point he could barely fucking walk. And he's like, I'm sorry, I can't get off of you. He's so fucking
Andre
bad.
Schwarzenegger, I think, in that.
Yeah, I can't do a very good Andre. I don't know how.
It's just super deep.
The only thing that sucks
unnaturally
about
deep.
looking like that is you look super impressive, but you pretty much almost guaranteed you're going to have like heart disease at 50 or something.
I mean, I think it's pretty well established that professional wrestlers live long and healthy lives.
Is he dead, the Ultimate Warrior? I think he might be.
Yeah, he is.
His family definitely
He's
is.
probably
He took him
dead.
out, right?
You know,
He looks
no,
like
it
one of
wasn't
those-
him. You know,
I know, that was Chris Benoit, right?
Chris Benoit. Yeah,
Yeah. We talked
That
about
guy-
that the other day.
Yeah.
that guy went full force on his.
I'll
whole
say this: we
family.
talk about the heart disease and the steroid abuse. Ric Flair, 71 years old, still going strong.
And he was drinking 12 to 15 drinks a day or something absurd.
Some absurd amount of alcohol. That
He
guy
doesn't try to maintain in
No.
old age now, does he?
no.
Yeah.
I
so
mean, more so than like your average 71-year-old. Like he's not an average 71-year-old. Like he looks.
No.
But his face, you know, he looks awful. I'll just say that he's Crypt Keeper-ish.
Who looks
He
good
looks-
at 71, though?
Very, very few people. But he looks extra bad.
Okay.
Because for years he would do that. He would cut himself, you know, in the ring. They use this little. They hide a razor blade with just the tip exposed, and they cut like their hairline. Well, as his hairline receded, suddenly that mask of scars that he'd created at his hairline is exposed, and now his forehead looks like you took a cheese grater to it.
It's not far.
I ended on that note. I love the
That was the
wordplay.
best
Very
shit
nice.
I've ever heard.